Hello, this is Clean Coach Carly. I'm the staff nutritionist at Healthy Habits Living, and I'm telling you the benefits of eating whole foods versus foods that are ultra processed or that have added preservatives. And I'm gonna give you some definitions here. So first of all, a whole food is what it sounds like. It looks like what it looked like in nature. It is whole, unprocessed, doesn't have any added ingredients. An example of that would be an apple. A processed food or refined food is something that has been changed a little bit. So apple juice, it has been juiced. We've lost the fiber and the skin, probably some of the enzymes because it was heated to be pasteurized, but it's still mostly apple. An ultra processed food would be something that really doesn't look at all like it looked in nature, and it has many added ingredients, including preservatives and fake ingredients that were created in a lab. So an example of that would be an apple candy or lollipop. It might have a little bit of apple juice that brought the apple flavoring, but everything else is added, usually sugar or binders or flow agents or thickeners or whatever else. So we've gotten a lot of press and reports and opinions about ultra processed food lately. The biggest danger of those ultra processed foods is that instead of having fiber and enzymes and nutrients and vitamins and minerals and antioxidants like whole foods have, instead they have these additives. And these additives are approved by the FDA to go into foods. But here's the problem. They're not proven safe. So an example of that is red dye number 3, which the FDA has finally outlawed. As of January 2026, we won't have that in our foods or in our medications anymore. But for 30 years, over 30 years, we've known that red dye number 3 can cause cancer, but we have continued to allow it in our food systems and our medications. So this is an example that we, as the human public, have to prove that it's not safe, as opposed to the government providing safety studies or doing safety studies before they allow an ingredient. It's the opposite. They just put it in the food system, and then the onus is on the public or people in general to outcry or to provide studies that prove that it's not safe. So it's safe until proven otherwise, which is like a giant experiment with our health, right? If we're just eating or drinking these preservatives and additives until we find out they're dangerous because everybody's getting sick, doesn't seem like a great plan. There are a couple of additives that actually have a lot of studies proving that they're not safe for human consumption, but yet these ingredients still remain approved in our food system. One of those is MSG, monosodium glutamate. We know that it causes excitatory problems within the brain, and it breaks synapses, breaks connection between brain cells. That's also known as autolyzed yeast extract. So that's still allowed in our food system, despite all the studies that show that it causes brain problems as well as histamine issues. Another one of those additives is carrageenan, and that is a seaweed extract. So it's extracted in a lab, so it is not a whole food. And there are multiple, if not dozens of studies that show it contributes to IBS, irritable bowel syndrome, and the symptoms thereof, causing leaky gut and gut irritation. And then there's also magnesium stearate, titanium dioxide, both still in our food systems, both of which have lots of literature and studies showing that they're not safe for human consumption. So how can you avoid all of these problems and additives? Well, the answer is simple. Might be a little bit more complex to put it into action, but it is simple. And the simple answer is eat whole foods. Eat real foods that don't have a bunch of added ingredients. And that is great in concept, but much more difficult in practice and procedure. So my number one tip is to start small. If you're eating all processed foods, try eating one whole food per meal. Better yet, make that a vegetable, because those are the foods that have the highest amount of nutrients in them. So there's lots of benefits to eating whole foods in terms of your overall health. And there's even more benefits of avoiding added preservatives, because we know that some of them at least cause health symptoms and problems. So here at Healthy Habits Living, we are always here to help you get healthy so you can stay healthy and be healthy.